Hello and welcome once again. I'm Steel Walrus. You are awesome, and today we're going to do another portrait in the Star Citizen character creator, just to show off how awesome the character creation suite in this game is. Because quite frankly, while I don't think it's the best in the world, it is pretty good, and I know a lot of people are curious about Star Citizen, and so I get to put two things I love together. A little bit of history, a little bit of Star Citizen. Anyhow, we did a Union commander last time I recorded, so we're going to do a Confederate one this go around. Another personal favorite of mine, James Longstreet. Now, James Longstreet, of course, again, did not share a complexion with this gentleman on the screen, because, you know, he's... I mean, what do you expect of a Confederate general? That's all I gotta say about that. All right, so let's kind of whiten this guy a little bit. Maybe pick a slightly different. All right, a little bit different style there. Let's go narrow the nose out somewhat. We're gonna. I had fairly distinct eyes, the way they kind of pinch there at the side. I don't know if we're going to be able to get quite right here. But a little bit of that slouch there I think will be good. And let's get more robust facial hair going on, because he had quite a beard. Not like that. Nope. Go up. Go up. Go. There you go. There you go. All right, looky there. That's a beard. And of course, let's just make sure we're not accidentally giving our guy a bun. Something kind of like that could be relatively in the wheelhouse. Let's see if we can find something a little closer. He did have a bit of a receding hairline in a lot of his photos from the war, though it pretty much got towards the top of the crown of his head and stopped. So something kind of like this. I think it's a good start. I feel like we're looking a little bit more at a sort of Tom Berenger version than old Pete himself, but it'll work. He had pretty high jawbone or cheekbones. I think we're gonna have to go to the heads for this. Now, of course, over time they're going to be adding more and more heads into the game. You can get way more robust choices than what I've got. Though I do feel like what we've got here is pretty good for most of the stuff you're going to want to create. Let me tab out real fast. Find a slightly better side profile on him. And I want you to know there really isn't one. I'm trying to get a more... there it is. The older photo. And I more or less have it already squared away. A little bit more like that, but we bring the bridge down. We bring the... Yeah. Let's see if we can get the left. Now, it's basically all beard. Once you get towards his mouth, then now, I think the best way to represent this is probably bring his ears lower. Something more like this. A little bit like that. Let's actually look at his eyebrows for a second, because I don't think those are accurate to how he actually looked. I think they're a little thinner. They look a little thinner in the photos. So something kind of like this would be a good start. His chin is a little bit backwards here, a little bit, I wouldn't say backwards, but it's a little far back than it appears to be in the historical photos. So we're going to bring it forward a touch, just to get a little bit more punch out of that jawline there. Yeah, something more like that. Continue to sort of... There we go. A little bit more touch, a little bit more detail. I genuinely cannot tell what color his eyes are. I think they're slightly lighter brown. And, I mean, brown eyes is pretty common, since it is a dominant gene. But I think that's a good start. It looks... Maybe if I could get his... The problem is not the cheekbones, and this is one place I think they could probably do a little bit better, is bringing in some more cheekbone variety into the game, because so, like, let's have a look here. Like, they are different to an extent, but they're not like that different. Like, obviously you have some phenotypes that are going to be very clearly different, because you have this sort of Eastern Asian sort of thing going on here, and some of the more African, you know, builds. But overall, like, once you get into the white dudes, it's all the same cheekbone, and that just isn't really representative, especially in the US, where we have a really major, like, we have a real, like, mix of ethnicities. Even at this point, I mean, Longstreet was probably mostly English, right? But we just don't have a whole lot, you know, of diversity here in this particular set of facial features, because they used a bunch of English people, probably, and Irish and Scots. And Longstreet had just a little bit more, I don't know, just had a little bit more fat, a little bit more bone here than what these represent. And it's possible we could get one out of... No, that's not really... Well... Problem is, it's again, that's the cheeks, it's not the foreface. Right? That's not this up here. But I do think this is pretty good. You know, do I think this is perfect? No, I don't think it's my best one. But I do like it. We're gonna go with slightly... I don't understand why the game always... Okay, so there we go. There's a little bit more of the... Again, overall, this is a good character creator. It just needs a little bit more time to bake, I think. But... overall, I think this is pretty good. I think we can make his hair a little darker. And there you go. All right, so this is my take on. I feel like looking at his hair, maybe this is just better. I just don't personally like it. Like late war, or maybe that's a post-war photo. But out of all the hairs, these two probably fit the best. And it is regulation. So that's nice. But anyhow, tell me what you think. If you feel like this is way off, you know, tell me what you would change. If you think it's dead on, tell me where I really got it right. You know, let's see. Let's have a discussion in here, and I guess see if I really nailed this one or if I really botched it. Personally, I don't think it's my best, but I do think I did an okay job at it. Especially, I think the nose came out really well. Looking at some of these photos here. And I think the beard came out about as well as I could ask for it to. Anyhow, I've been Steel Walrus, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll get another Union Commander next time. Alright, peace out.